Well, first of all, you got to tip your hat to Georgia Tech. What an unbelievable game they played, and it just came down to possession or two. Obviously, these two beside me made some big-time plays when we were having trouble scoring, and they just stepped up and kind of took over. So, again, excited to be advancing, moving on, and looking forward to another opportunity tomorrow. But again, thought it was a great game for the fans, probably not for the coaches.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and take questions from the room, and if you could just denote who you would like to answer that question, that would be helpful. We'll go in the second row to Corey.
Zoe, for you, 2 of 11 in the first 3 quarters, 4 or 5 in the fourth. What changed for you? Was it just getting more open looks or just shots falling?
My shots just started falling at the end. I really wanted to win, and I just stayed confident, kept shooting.
We'll go in the third row, please.
Thank you.
You guys, this for Zoe and Aziaha, you guys combined for just 16 points through the first 3 quarters and then scored 14 in the fourth. What does that say about your perseverance and your just ability to keep putting shots up?
Aziaha, can you take that one first?
Yeah, we don't give up. We both got in the huddle, we got each other, but, we couldn't lose this game. We had to fight for every possession. Every possession counted. I think Zoe handled that well in the beginning of the third quarter. The third quarter. She put up a lot of shots. Me as well, knocking down those 2 good free throws at the end. So just keeping our heads up high and just keep going every play because every play counts.
Zoe, anything to add about the team's perseverance?
We really want to win the tournament. Obviously in the championship last year we fell short to Notre Dame, and we want to get our get back, and we're just going to keep fighting until we get there. Yeah.
We'll go front and center to Rob.
Yes, this is for both. Rob McLam, Inside Pack Sports. This is for both players. Zam and Tilda have played critical minutes. Could you speak to the trust level y'all have for your freshmen? And I know you're picking Tilda on the pick and roll a lot, and Zam scored some big shots.
Definitely. Whoever steps on the court, we trust everybody that step on the court. As long as you bring energy, as long as you, bringing the heat, aggression, and everything like that, we're trusting you. You gotta trust yourself first. So when we see you trusting yourself, we're gonna trust you as well.
Z and Tilda had a very great game. They both stepped up big time when we needed them. Like I said in the first half, my shots weren't falling, but I think Z did a great job hitting shots and staying confident.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go in the back row of this center section.
Megan Price, 3 Chicks in a Pod. Coach, this is for you. Can you talk to us a little bit about that clutch 3 that Jones had with 1.5 minutes left and how that kind of changed the energy in the...
Yeah, Z just, she's used to big moments like that from her high school days, and I think they won a state champion. I know they won a state championship her senior year nearby over here at Winston-Salem. So she's a very confident player, and that was a big shot, obviously. So thought she stepped up at a time we really needed some scoring.
Do we have any other questions in the room? Go in the front left, please.
Coach Skip Foreman with the News and Record of Greensboro. As a top seed, you get the blessing with the other 3 of having a lot of time off. Could that have played a factor in your performance today, that you had pretty much a week to get ready to play this, and it was a tight game?
Yeah. Well, again, first of all, I think Georgia Tech had a lot to do with it. Again, they're very well coached, and they've got a lot of great players over there, so they had a big part of it. I do think that, that's the one disadvantage of getting a double bye, is the team you're playing, first of all, is going to be really, really good, a really talented team in your first game. You're not going to play, a 15 seed or something. It's going to be somebody really good. And then they've got a game under their belt and have gotten a chance to kind of get the tournament jitters out of the way, get used to the depth perception in the arena and all that. So it does make a difference. But you hope, if you're in it for the long run, trying to win 3 games in 3 days, having that extra time off definitely helps.
We'll go front and center to Rob.
Yes, please. This is for all three. You survived in Vance, so now you get North Carolina on Saturday. Just speak to the Tar Heels and how are the next 24 hours to build up? How are you going to prepare for that matchup?
Just staying focused, locking in, looking at the film, just connecting with each other, making sure we're on the same page and, playing well.
Like Aziaha said, watching the film from last game, seeing the mistakes that we made, and try to improve it for tomorrow.
Go in the second row to Corey.
Wes is kind of a follow-up to that. That was the last game you guys lost, and one of only 2 games that you lost in ACC play. Obviously, that one's always going to be a little more important facing UNC, but is there a little extra incentive to kind of get that one back as well?
Well, this time of year, you got enough incentive. It's obviously this tournament, survive in advance. If you lose, you go home. And then obviously setting up for the big one here in a couple of weeks. So, but yeah, again, I think you'd like another opportunity, that sort of thing. Again, great team. They've had a great season. They're getting healthy now, getting people back. Again, I think it's the best defensive team they've had over there that I can remember. So it's going to be a big challenge. And, we're going to have to hopefully clean things up and play our best basketball to be successful.
Going in the fourth row on our right.
Wes, Ariel Bynum with Tar Heel Tribune. What do you take from the first meeting in that you only saw Usby for about 2 minutes, and it was a lot of different lineups that Carolina doesn't usually use?
Yeah. Again, we've seen Usby for a few years, so, and obviously we watch a lot of film, so great player. It's going to be a big challenge. Try to keep her off the offensive boards, first of all. She's an unbelievable rebounder. I think she had 15 today, maybe. She's had some big games. And she's strong, plays hard, runs the floor hard, transition. So, yeah, she brings another challenge. And, again, but their whole team, I think having Kelly back today gives them a big lift. I think she's been great this year. I think she's really stepped her game up. And then you got the normal, Donarski and all that. So, again, they've got a lot of talent. And, again, we'll have to figure out a way to, hope we can slow it down a little bit.
Go here in the third row center.
Wes, this is the last ride for your seniors, and it almost seemed like it was epitomized between Aziaha's 4 straight points in the fourth quarter and then Sanaya's lockdown defense at the end. What does that say about your ability to lean on your veterans when you need them most?
Oh, yeah, definitely lean on them. I'll tell you, Sanaya's had the flu all week. I didn't know until this morning she was going to play, going to try to play. She has been really sick. So, for her to come out there and get it up the way she did. Aziaha, heck, again, following her in high school. 4 state championships?
Yeah.
Yeah. That girl's used to winning. I've seen her win championships, and obviously she's done some of that here too. And so, yeah, that's the kind of people you want to lean on. And, Zoe's stepping up in a big way. Today, 14 points, but she also had 9 rebounds, okay? And all of them defensive boards. Those are critical. So she did a lot of things well. They had 4 assists, 0 turnovers, but I remember at least 1 turnover, so I'm not going to let you get off clean. But, again, we lean on those guards. They're playing great, and our freshmen are coming along. Madison Hayes, probably my biggest disappointment. She didn't make all ACC, and I get it. There's some great players got left off, but talk about a glue player in conference, I think averaging 13 points, 8 boards. So we get another senior graduate student that we lean on. So no doubt, I like to have those veterans out there at crunch time.
Marissa on the left.
Coach, you've kind of talked all season about how when your team locks in defensively, they're really good, but at the same time, they let some defensive possessions go. At the same time, Dunn and Morgan scored 42. You also kind of held them to some good scoreless starts. Was it kind of good film that you can show them, look what happens when you lock in versus look what happens when you kind of let it go?
Yeah, it's real important. Scout is, we for every game we're watching 5 or 6 games of our opponent and trying to find tendencies and things that we want to take away and things that we want to make them have to do. So it's frustrating when, we don't get that done. And, they hurt us, with a pick on the ball up top. hurt us a couple of times with Sanaya. Well, Sanaya hadn't been out here going over what we wanted to do, and so that's our fault. We got to make sure when something like that happens, we're up to speed and fill them in. But again, they're getting much better at it, trying to take away strengths, and like I said, make the offense do what we want it to do. But we still got a couple of weeks to try to improve and hopefully be at our best in March, end of March.